I've actually always had a dream to visit, you know, a really theme-like park, you know, like a Christmas fair or a Halloween fair like this. I've never visited anything like that. Never. You know, it's always been mixed, mixed themes, you know, like theme parks and stuff like that. But I've yet to see something like this where you actually enjoy them in the dark and you know in the late evenings and stuff like that, and it's fully decorated. And I've never experienced anything like this, ever, not in real life. Anyway, that was a little sidetrack. Let's start out by finding a squirrel. By the looks of it, we also got a wind chime, or what do you call them? Wind bells. Here's a squirrel. Another squirrel. What do you call these? Timon. We've got scales. A dirty sock. Hang out to dry. Is that a gargoyle? It is. Abacus. Another feather. Coffee grinder. Got a fan. And a candle holder. That's a sock. 4-leaf clover. The pretzel. An hourglass. And a kettle. Very cool. Well, thank you very much. Alright, let's just take the mirror world. Alright, let's start by finding a water can. Gloves. Butterfly. Corn. A cat. Crystal ball. A lantern. A helmet. The lantern. Well, isn't that a lantern? I think it'd go under the same category. Target. A broom. Parrot. Where did I see that? Right here. A harp. Pan flute. Spyglass. And chess piece. And a lantern. Here's the spyglass. So the chess piece can be a rather tiny one. Oh, it's up here in the tree. Okay. Here's another hand fan. Or was that the same before? I think it was. So the lantern, where did they put the lantern? There's a fire over here. Oh, it's a flying one. Okay. All right. And that means we got the normal one for last. Okay, we got a skeleton. Duck. And a sunflower. I don't think I've seen a duck in here. Oh, it's up here. An anchor. Pine cone. An umbrella. Drum. Got a jar. Goblet. Where did I see that? Right there. A crab. A hook. We got a bunch of keys. Butterfly net. A bat. And a bell. Voila. I think this is one of my fastest so far. I'm not sure. I haven't kept track of it. Alright, that was all 3 candies from that scene. Now we're venturing out into the forest by the looks of it. What a cozy little place. A gazebo-like structure, maybe? Look at all the pumpkins in here. I wonder how long it took to make one of these scenes. They're absolutely gorgeous. And the color are perfect. Fits perfect with the overall theme. Another spider. I don't know, is that a drum? Tambourine? Coffee grinder? A straw doll? What is that? Is that a horn? That's another type of horn. Could also be a, I don't know, an elf hat. It is a horn. A skillet. An oil can. A dragonfly. What is that? The helmet? It is. Got a map and a belt. I just saw the belt before. Where did I see that? Right here. A party hat. And is that a fish? It looks like a fish with the mouth. A trout-like thing. Alright, that was the first one. Let's just continue down the road with the mirrored world. C-A-B-U-C-E-N-S. What is that? Watering can. What is this? Capucon. No, it's not a word I know. Anyway, let's just start out with a watering can. Spyglass. Huh? Scarf. Harmonica. Oh, that's an accordion, of course. H-E. What does it say? Here's that weird thing again. A broom. A snail on the way is usually a sign for rain. A knife. We still need the scarf. That's right here. A knife and a spoon. A rope. Clown hat, yeah. Give it to me, I'm a clown. Chamomile. That's a pretty easy flower to find. Unless you're in a cornfield of flowers, that's might be a little bit more tricky. Harmonica. I don't know what that is. I can't read it. Same with that one. Drum. And a spoon and a knife. So that was a hedgehog, okay. Here's the spoon, here's the knife. So we just need to figure out... That was the harmonica. So we just need to figure out what that thingamajig there is. I can't... Cardicus. Oh yeah, of course. That makes sense. Alright. The normal version is left. Well, let's go find the items. I wonder what we're actually saving up to. She did say something in the start to spend the coins on trophies. Anyway, elephant figurine. Mortar and pestle. Got a purse. A brush. Got a plate. Scorpion was over here. Grapes. A crow. The snail again. So they are reusing them. That's the first time I've seen that. Frying pan. Coffee grinder. The snake. Oh, it's crawling around here. Accordion. The goblet. Where did I see that? Right here. And a bugle. That's a horn. A funny looking horn. There we go. The hunting horn. The hunting horn. Alright. So it looks like we're going to the harbor now. Well, let's do that. 2 ships moored in the icy snow wastes. Alright, got a trolley. Children's trolley. A fan. Some weird... Is that a dinosaur? I think it is. A pterodactyl. We got a moon. That's not a moon. A bird's house in the mast. A shooting star. Wind bells. By the looks of it. A spinning top. A mask. A mitten, I think. And a pine cone. That's not a mitten. Here's the giant pine cone. Yeah, whatever. An amber. Piece of amber. With a mosquito inside. Got a feather, a fork, and a bottle. Here's the fork. There's the bottle. And here's the feather. So now we just need that mitten. Right there. Very cool. Alright, let's just jump into the mirrored world. Might as well just get rid of them. Perfume. Scales. A scarf. Alright, I saw the perfume right there. I've got the scarf. The squirrel. Lightning. Got the scales. Genie lamp. Palette. How does a genie lamp look? Oh yeah, it's one of those. Whoa. Glove. Shackles. And iron. That was tipped over here. Padlock. I also spotted that before right here. Got the doll. Anchor. Hoist the anchor and set sail. Bell. And basket. And here's the bell. Alright, that means we have the normal version left. Well, let's go find the items. An umbrella. A book. The garden gnome is over here shoveling. The umbrella. I don't think I've seen that one. Book. That was right here. Oh, that's right here. The Cupid. Where did I spot that one? Right here. Diadem is up here. Candelabra. A scepter. Mirror. A note. Yeah, why not? Is it a music note? I would assume so. It is. Faberge egg. A lion statue. An owl. Violin. The mask and an arrow. Alright. So that's taken care of. That means we got another puzzle. It looks like it's the last page. I can't go any further. Alright. Let's just start with the middle one. A ghost. What a cutie. Got the corner piece. Hallelujah, look at me. That's a bottom piece. What a cute little picture. Alright, let's take the larger one. Alright, let's just start from scratch. Might be easier to just collect all this stuff in here, in the middle. Voila. That's a corner piece. Alright, we're making good progress here. Almost got the frame around. Oh, so where does this go? Right there. Voila. Ah, this is body. Voila. That was actually a good record there. 4,200. Alright, that means we got the last one left. I think. Unless we need to unlock for some kind of bonus things. I don't know. It didn't say anything about any bonus content out in the menu. But, well, it's a good... I don't care. I practically didn't really give anything for this game. But it's not a collector's edition anyway, so... Alright, that was the last piece of candy. So now what? Do we just go into the trophies? Let's do that. Look at this. Alright, let's buy. Let's see what we can get for the first one. A gray pumpkin. A cat. Look at that. So what about the rest? I still got 58,000 coins left. Hmm? Well, I completed every scene there is. Alright, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the Mistyvale. Rather short one, if you ask me. I kind of thought there was a little bit more scenes to it, but then again, I didn't really pay anything for it. I practically got it for free. But Mistyvale, a traditional standard hidden object game with a couple of puzzles in the end. Just like we saw from some of the previous ones that I did earlier on the year. If you haven't checked out those, there is a link to my playlist section down below. You might find them in there. Something about Alan Poe and Time Machine, I think they were called. There was a couple of different ones from the same company. So this is from Lazy Turtle Studios. I haven't played any games from them, but the overall graphic was really nice. Everything was sharp and fresh colors. The overall Halloween theme is there. I can't put any words on that. Although I kind of wished maybe a few more scenes, maybe some more variants in the puzzles. That would be great. Maybe some kind of small bonus chapter with a couple of scenes that might have booted it a bit. But then again, it's not a collector's edition. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the videos. I certainly enjoyed the game. It's a nice little thing, besides from the standard hidden object puzzle adventures, where you kind of relax a little bit more and you only focus on finding items. That's fine here and there. But I'd rather still enjoy a hidden object puzzle. I mean, maybe because more of the actual story. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the videos. Please like them and do subscribe to the channel. It will help me immensely. And I hope to see you again in the next one. We might take a look at the Christmas game. So until next time, take care and bye-bye.